turning a road into a wall of water. Here to tell us what he saw as he spoke to families and surveyed the devastation. Texas LT. Governor Dan Patrick WHO has been on site all weekend long. The reports keep changing. As you heard Mike say, there may be more flooding. We want to get to the stories that you heard today, but our rescue and recovery crews ready for this if rains again. Greater than we are ready for it, or they are ready for it. And you know, Laura, you do a search. What you are doing is phase 1. A quick search. They try to find everyone alive that they could find. And now we are in the second phase, still searching for life. But they are going back over the same areas they already searched. But with a new searcher. So you have fresh eyes on it to go back and look in detail as the water has gone down. So far, you know, there is new trees, in bushes and rocks you can see. Can you see where you couldn't see under the water before? I met with the families today. There are about 20 families that I met with. And I told them, I gave them my cell number. You call me. I said I'm not going to leave you. I'm not going to abandon you. I have got 8 grandkids. I will look after your kids like my kids. Greg Abbott and the entire state of Texas are not going to leave until we find your child. Greater than Laura. Dan, I know you met with so many family members. And you had mentioned that the one family lost 5 members, is that right? Could you share some of what you heard and saw? Greater than yeah. Yeah. So, one family lost 5 members. They recovered 2 of the bodies. The mother, their father, their sisters. So they said, please find the other 3 for me. Please, Dan, find the other 3. I said we're going to do it. There are 2 other families, Laura, that I'm aware of. The songer coach at the high school, that was a family of 4 or 5. There was another family that I'm aware of 5 that have been lost. This is entire families wiped out and, of course, the children and the adults that have been lost. But we're still searching. We still believe in life. We know the hours are getting longer each day. But we're going to return all of these, all their loved ones to the families. Laura, I went out to the Camp Mayberry, not Camp Mayberry Camp. Greater than Laura, Mystic. Greater than Camp Mystic, forgive me. Camp Mystic today. And it was heart of breaking, Laura, and inspiring at the same time. As father and mother and children run the camp. Of course, the father, they lost him in the flood. When he got in his truck and tried to save a couple kids, and last time the family saw him. The one son was telling me as he walked me through these stories, they went cabin to cabin. Left one cabin getting the girls out as the water was rising. And he said within 3 minutes we went from ankle deep to knee deep to neck deep, and the next thing we were noting away down by the river, girls and myself 100 yards and all went into the trees, and they were saved by the trees. And when the water receded they then walked up with no shoes on in the cold. The mud is cold. The water was cold. And they walked probably 100 yards back to a building that is 86 years old, looks a little decrepit. It's been there a long time, and they were on the 2nd floor and the water rose to the 2nd floor, Laura. The 2nd floor. And a couple hundred girls watched it and they sang Christian songs, and that water stopped and those children were saved. You know, there's a lot to be said. I asked this family, what's the message, and they said we are grieving for our family, and our family is all of those girls, because there were a total of 750 people at the camp, counselors, staff, and about 500 and some girls. They are mourning the loss. They put crosses out near the billings of each building and how many were lost in that building. But I said, look, you saved 500 kids. You saved, I know you couldn't save everyone. Greater than Laura, heartbreak. Greater than the parents that have lost children. They are saying, you know, I want my daughter back and we're going to find them. But I also wanted to tell this family you did everything you could possibly do. Laura, that water rose so fast, they didn't have a chance. Greater than Laura. Well, Dan, I know you know people personally. WHO have lost grandchildren and nieces and nephews, as do I. Greater than yes. Greater than Laura. My daughter goes Texas A&M. A lot of her friends went to Camp Mystic. It's a special place. It was a special place for so many generations. And anyone trying to politicize this now, politicize this at this point, I'm not even going to dignify a conversation with you. You've been dealing with the families and that. Greater than no. Greater than Laura, for 24 hours straight. Dan, thank you Veer.